tonight. Grad transfer senior Michael Jones. Jerod Haase for both these guys today. Mike had the most points in the Stanford debut since as back as the archives online go. We'll open it up for questions.
All right, Michael, what got into you today? I mean, it was pretty explosive the first half and continued the second half, and over 30 points in the debut. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we got going early. We got out in transition, got some stops, and we were able to push the ball. So it was good for us. We got a couple easy looks early. Saw the ball go in the rim, and then my teammates just put me in great position. Throughout the whole game, got to the line a little bit, and that's pretty much what it is. You got to do a little bit of everything to get 30, I guess.
For you, Maxime, just talk about your performance. What was going right for you today in this one? It was like a lot was.
I think same as Michael. The team put me in really good position to get some easy looks. Started off pretty strong, 6 for 6, all assisted by my teammates. So I guess they really helped me put myself in the best spot to get that many points. And also, I think offensively, we were talking about that in the locker room. We got 18 assists as a team. I think that kind of showed up with why we have that many points and we're so good at scoring. And I think overall the team 88 points, minus some a couple of free throws misses. So I think we had an overall very good offensive performance as a team.
So Michael, what was the atmosphere like for you? This is a pretty famous area. Team and the school, of course, is one of the most renowned schools in the world. So what was this atmosphere like for you today?
It was great. We had the elementary school kids here today, and they brought a ton of energy. So give some credit to them. They brought it as good as a crowd I think as I've seen bring it throughout the whole game. They were loud. They were really into the game. So it was a great atmosphere, and I've been welcomed coming out here. By the guys, by the community, by the school. So it's been great.
Just talk about the run that Pacific made towards the end. It got a lot closer than you guys would have liked. What went into that run, and then what was the key to pushing it out again and coming away with a comfortable 10 point?
I think we'd pushed it out to maybe 15 or 16. Midway through the second there, and they hit some tough shots. We give them credit, but then I think we got away from ourselves a little bit on the defensive end. Allowed 46 points in the second half. We can't be doing that to any team. So, they got rolling. Give them a lot of credit, but we've got to shore up some of those kinks that we have on the defensive end, especially. And be able to lock down and kind of weather the storm when another team makes a run like that.
All right, you got it to 19. Maxime, one rebound away from a double-double. Were you cognizant of that while you're on the court, or you don't really think about that?
I mean, now that the game is over, it's very frustrating for sure. But no, when I'm in the game, I'm just trying to make the right play, get the defensive rebound, get as many offensive rebounds as I can. Today it showed 9 rebounds, 1 off as you said, but it's really not a big deal. As long as a team we beat them at rebounding, scoring, and everything, I'm fine with it.
I'll be willing to bet he'll get one later in the year.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I can confirm that.
Has that been a focus for you more, it seems like, for this year, just getting more physical and being more dominant inside? It seems like for you that's been showed today. Yeah,
for sure. Well, I think today is the first game of the season, but it's been 5 months now that we've been working with Mike Chapman in the weight room. I think we've always been talking about being tough. We've been talking about crushing the glass as much as we could. I think that just what we do, that's our identity, and that's what we want to be as a team. Very physical, potentially most physical team in the Pac-12, and one of the best rebounding team in the country.
All right, unusual start time, 11 a.m. on a Monday, not a holiday. So how did you guys get motivated to play?
This past weekend we had practice early in the morning. To kind of sort of try to replicate the game. We had a meal before practice both days. So just with our preparation, and it's all about the mindset. Coach talks about, and we had to get in that mindset. Maybe it's 6-7 hours earlier than you normally would in a normal game, but it's all the same. Wake up in the morning, you got to get out to bed ready to play, and I think for the most part we did a great job with that. Bringing energy, bringing toughness. Like I said earlier, we gotta shore some things up, especially on the defensive end. But I think we brought great energy.
Michael, just in general, what's it like being a newcomer on a team? You've been 4 years at Davidson. Now it's in a way your experience, but you're also new at the same time. Just talk about kind of what that feeling's like.
Yeah, it's different. Joining a new team. Having to make chemistry with new guys. Learn a new system, new principles on defense and offense. But the guys here and the coaching staff has made it such a seamless transition for me. They've helped me throughout the way, and I can't give it and like my teammates and my coach enough credit for being able to put me in a place to succeed. And it's been great.
All right, you guys will be going to my hometown area on Friday. Are you guys excited about the game in Milwaukee, the tournament game against the Badgers?
That's going to be my first time in Milwaukee ever, so yeah. Yeah, I think we're very excited. It's going to be like a very good opponent. I think that's going to be a real challenge for us. We're ready for it. We're ready to embrace it.
And you guys will be playing on a baseball field.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being from Minnesota. I think it's the closest game in college that I'll have played closest to home. So hopefully I have a lot of family and friends there. So.
Anything else with you guys?
Good.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Where
you.
are Minnesota from, by the way?
Twin Cities, Woodbury.
Okay, yeah, I did my LDS mission in Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
I was in St. Paul, Minneapolis. So
Yep.
Good area.
Yeah. Really nice area.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You got it?
Yes. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, I shot this game.
Andres Yakovich, biggest kid in his college decision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to Stanford. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just waiting. That's why I'm putting my Mac down.
What player? What player did you say?
Andres Yakovich. So Paige's kid.
Where is he now?
He's at he's in Sacramento, Jesuit, same school as DeSilva. Yeah. So it was supposed to be 1 o'clock, but it's like 1:30.
You said the same school as DeSilva went to?
Same high school, yeah. So they know each other.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
You coming back for the women's game?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
We do, yeah.
Go grab something to eat, then go to the mall.
Okay, we'll do that right
And
now.
then come back.
Okay, so there's a line buzz somewhere here. Audio issue. Why don't you just check the connections on the mics? There may be some crossover with electric.
Head coach Jerod Haase. Coach, can you open up with a statement?
Yeah. Before we jump into the game completely, I want to just mention a couple of things. Number one, Don Austin, the superintendent of schools in Palo Alto, was a great working relationship with us and our marketing department and our administration, working with them to get a large number of kids at the game, which I think was mutually beneficial. What a great opportunity for them, and for the game environment today was absolutely fantastic. So I want to give that a big thank you there. And then, there were some former players here. It was really neat to see them in the stands. And at this point, I'm awfully proud of what our former players are doing. And I'll give I could go into long detail with guys like Oscar Da Silva and KZ doing great in the NBA. But Sam Beskin in particular has done a lot with all vote, no play, which basically means that's why we didn't play this game tomorrow night, is encouraging people to get out to vote, to really be active in our world. And Sam's been a great ambassador of that, and our guys on our current team I know are believe in that and are going to do a lot of things there. So those are two off-topic deals. And then in terms of the game, excited to get a win. It was, in the second half, it would have been nice to play a little bit smoother and continue to have things build. But at the same time, I think there was going to be a lot of positives. The number one thing going into the next couple of days is going to talk about not hurting ourselves, not putting our position to make that silly turnover or it's a simple mistake offensively that we forget a play. Defensive breakdowns is probably the number one thing. I think there was a mistake, and a lot of them are solvable. And I think that's going to be the message moving forward is that, look, it's early in the year. We're going to be one of the first teams in college basketball to have a win this year, so we understand that. But I think there's a lot of solvable mistakes that we made, and we'll certainly address those over the next couple of days. Michael Jones obviously had a heck of a game for his debut. Played well, obviously scored a lot of points, but his presence, I think, was the biggest thing that I saw in timeouts and situations where we weren't playing well. It just wasn't phased, and I think that's going to be something that really bleeds into the rest of the team in a really positive way. So excited about that, and we can dive into the rest of it. But good win for us, good starting point.
All right, Coach, you might have had more fans if the Dumbarton wasn't closed off. Yeah.
Wow.
All the way around. Yeah. I didn't hear it at halftime. So, but my question would be, when you found out that you could be playing at 11 a.m. on Monday, what was your thought process and how did you get the guys ready?
Yeah, we've practiced fairly early. We practiced early the last couple of days, so that part was not hard. We had daylight savings time in our favor, so everybody got an extra hour of sleep right there. Logistically, it was just a situation we had to play the game early today. There's a game in Maples with the women playing later today, and no games, tomorrow with the all vote no play. So it was just one of those things, and I turned it into a positive about being able to get the guys up, play early, have some fun, get some excitement, have the school kids here. And so we really didn't make a big deal out of it and really felt like it was a positive.
Talk about the run that they made in the second half, what accounted for that, and what did you guys do to kind of push them back out again?
Yeah, I think there was a combination of things. They certainly made some difficult shots, but I also think a lot of their scores were based off our struggles, whether it was transition defense, not playing a ball screen correctly, not being positionally in the right place. So I think some of those mistakes led to their success. And then when they did score, their press was not something that impacted us in terms of a lot of turnovers, but it did impact the pace of the game. It took us a little bit longer. I don't think we attacked it quite as well as I would have liked to. And it just kind of the vibe of the game, the feel of the game was impacted in those ways, and it turned into a grind. Big picture, I would have liked to extend the lead when it was 18 or 19 points, and that didn't happen. But having said that, for our team right now, I think we got a lot of benefit from being in a game like this.
All right. So now, were you surprised by the way your grad transfer played on an opening day?
Yeah, with Michael Jones, I would not say that I was surprised. We understand from recruiting him and then also seeing him in practice that he's very, very capable, very talented, and he has a great deal of confidence in his abilities, and when he's open, he's going to shoot it, and obviously was very, very effective.
Getting Maxime going like that, 9-11, just talk to his performance and how huge it was to see him do what he did today.
Yeah, if Maxime would have made his last little layup there, he would have been 10 of 11. But he was obviously very effective. The size advantage was important. He was able to get a lot of different shots around the rim in a lot of different ways, whether it's a post-up or a high-low or offensive rebound. So he looked very comfortable out there, I think is really a positive thing. And I think the work he put in the off-season with the weight room and kind of changing his body paid off. And it's still a growing process for him, but I think today was a great step forward.
All right, relatively quiet game for Harrison, but how do you think he played today?
Well, I told him he and I are going to sit down and really watch the tape, especially on the defensive end, but even on the offensive end. There's going to be a lot of things I think he can learn from in this game. And, it's the first real game with this team and his role and trying to put all those pieces together. And we all know that he's going to have a heck of a year, and we're confident in that. But I know I can do a lot to help him right now. And I think it was not his best game, but he does add, obviously, a ton of value for our team, and we expect big things moving forward.
Talk about getting Jarvis Moss some minutes today. Obviously, a lot of that had to do with Spencer being out, but just how nice was it to get him some early action this year?
Yeah, Jarvis was, he's really earned those minutes today. Obviously, there was a void without Spencer being out there, but when Jarvis was in, I thought was a net positive. He didn't hurt us on the defensive end at all. Provided some good energy, and on the offensive end, at least had a certain level of comfort. Hopefully, the shots go in next time. But at the end of the day, I do have confidence putting him in.
All right, got the game in Milwaukee coming up on Veterans Day. How excited are you about that? The guys seem to be excited.
Yeah, I think one of the things we want to do here is play on the big stages, and we're doing that a lot in this preseason, and then obviously once we get to conference and beyond. But this is an opportunity to play in a venue that nobody else is going to do. It's a very unique situation. It's and have a lot of attention and a lot of excitement around it, and I think our guys are excited for that, and they deserve that. They've worked really hard to get to this point, and I think we look at it right now as a great opportunity to play a really good team, and we'll call it a neutral site. I don't know that it'll truly be neutral, but we're excited to get out there.
Eagles coach?
Yeah, just found any more update on Spencer's availability, and does it help to maybe have a week, like 4 or 5 days before you got to make a decision on that?
Yeah, it's going to be day to day right now. I don't know exactly with the practice or the game what's going to transpire, so it really is a day to day situation.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Safe travel.
Thank you.